You are now listening to the most talked about blog talk radio station in the universe. Walk in His Ways, Impact Voice Radio. Be prepared to have your mind stimulated, your spirit elevated in ways you couldn't even imagine. Introducing your host and the mastermind behind this unforgettable experience, Furman Jackson Jr. You will not be disappointed. Let's go!
It is Tuesday, May 31st, 2022. Welcome to another episode of Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. We are broadcasting here in Dallas, Texas. Our motto, shaping the culture, building the generation. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. with Anna C. from Mobile, Alabama. We got Coach She in her absence from Dallas, Texas. And we also got the man himself, Kenny Primetime Week from Ocean Spring, Mississippi. Our guest is an international speaker, business owner, and author, and podcast host of Latoya TV as well. She is from Dallas, Texas. We welcome Latoya Walker to Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. So we thank you, Toya, for taking time out to be the schedule, being with us here tonight. Before we get off into some Q&A conversation, you know we got some financial tips from the lady herself, Anna C. We know we got some sports news from Kenny Primetime Williams. And also we got Coach She when she comes in with entertainment. Before we get started with that, we're going to take with the lady herself. Congratulations, Anna, on the awards you received this past weekend with your company. Keep doing great things. And I know that a loss of a family member as well. Condolences to your family. So kick it away with the financial tips.
Hello. It is Anna C., the spending plan specialist, financial planning at your fingertips. I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone on the congratulations and the support that I've been receiving. It's really been heartwarming. It's been overwhelming almost. So to wrap it up, this weekend, I was recognized. I was honored in the great Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We had a financial conference with our company. And yes, I was honored. I received several awards for being number one in the state. I got recognized for the ability to help other people get their professional life license. I was recognized for my ability to grow, train, and recruit. So I've been doing some big things for the community, and I want to keep you involved. If you are not familiar, what I do, I help people plan their financial future. I do that by helping people get out of debt, get better at spending, creating budgets, make sure you have the proper protection for you, your family, and your assets. Build and create generational wealth by planning for your future with the right investment vehicles. So it was very powerful being there. We had great speakers in the building. And of course, being around the positivity and other people in the industry who look just like me, it's so motivating. So I want to keep on doing great. I want to keep on growing and expanding. And so also, over the weekend, I did get to spend some time with my family, you guys, which was really great. This is a new transition for me, being 100% entrepreneur. And a lot of times we dip our toes in entrepreneurship, right? We do a little bit of this, we do a little bit of that. But some things that I really want us to consider as business owners and people stepping out, reliant on your own efforts and what you produce personally. We have to start planning for retirement. A lot of times we're used to having positions, maybe with corporate America or with a job that supplied us what they said was a safety net with 401ks or maybe pension plans. But you guys, you will realize that you're not hearing the word pension plan that often anymore. And there are different kinds. You have the one that you focus on the contribution of your company, and the other where you focus on the benefit. Neither is guaranteed, right? And so with a 401k, your employer may contribute and you save that money for retirement. But as an entrepreneur, who's setting that up for you? Well, you can set those things up for yourself. You can get an IRA, individual retirement account. There's a Roth or a traditional. You can set them up for yourself or get with someone like me who's a financial planner, and let us assist you in setting up the right investment vehicles to help you reach your financial independence number. The next thing that we went over this weekend, of course, I did lose a loved one, and we our parents, our grandparents will say, oh, they have insurance. Oh, they have these benefits. Give me 1 second with my internet. But we need to make sure, are you privy? Are you aware of what benefits you have? Where are they located? What to do in the event of emergency? So we need to have these conversations with our family, our church members, the people that we care about the most, our loved ones before they reach an age where they no longer remember where these important documents and details are. Because in the event, there's so much more than life insurance. There's benefits from your employer that they may be entitled to. We need to know about deeds, wills, trusts. So make sure we're having these critical conversations with our family. Don't wait to get your will, power of attorney, medical proxy, trust in place. Make sure you have a plan in the event of emergency. Who will speak on our behalf? Where are these documents located? Where are the passwords? Who's in charge? Don't wait for devastation. Plan ahead, because in those times, you really want to be focused on what's going on, which is the care of your loved one who may be experiencing something traumatic. You don't want to be stressed about your finances. That's all I got for y'all today.
Hey, thank you, Anna, with the latest news and updates. Once again, congratulations on the success that you're doing back home in Alabama, and not just in Alabama, but all across the globe. And that's what it's all about, doing something that you love to do, doing something that you're passionate about, because we talked about this last week that your life purpose should be fun. Your work should be fun. Work should not be miserable. Your work should be fun. You should have a pleasure going to work, utilizing your gift, because the Bible said that our gift make room for us. So whatever that gift that God placed in you, utilize that gift, cultivate that gift, and that gift will make room for you. It didn't say anything about your background, your last name. It says your gift will make room for you. So whatever your gift is, utilize that gift. That gift is going to bring you prosperity. I'm saying it again. Your gift will bring you prosperity, bring you success, bring you that peace, bring you that happiness. Not only that, your gift, your family and those behind you will benefit and eat off that gift as well. So utilize your gift that God's given you. Also, we know we got the man himself, Mr. Sportsman himself, the coach himself, Kenny Primetime, with the latest sports news and updates. We know that the NBA Finals is starting this Thursday. We got the Warriors, we got the Celtics going at it in game one. I know my mom back home in Alabama, she's a Golden State fan. She loves Curry, of course. She does love Golden State, y'all. I call it Dub Nation. But Kenny, go ahead and take it away with the latest sports news and update. Also, football season be among us soon, so take it away, Kenny.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Foreman. I really thank you for this great introduction. I thank you for this great opportunity. I want to say, first of all, thank you for everybody tuning in to Welcome in His Way. And you are now in the prime zone where I'm your host, Kenny Primetime Williams. I thank you for tuning in. We're going to get kicked into it with the NBA Finals. It's set. The Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics are now set for game one on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. The Warriors and the Celtics. The Warriors reached their sixth NBA final, while the Boston Celtics hasn't been there since 2008 when they won a championship with Doc Rivers. It's set to be a good series. I'm looking forward to it. As Furman said, his mother is a Golden State fan, but I'm a root for the Boston Celtics on this one because I think they're the better team. And I just really want somebody to shut down Stephen Curry. But we're going to look forward to see what a great series that's going to be, and we're going to look forward to great things with them. Moving on to the NFL, the Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson is now facing another lawsuit from a female, the 23rd female now, after having 22. A 23rd female has now come forward, and she is now suing Mr. Watson on the same exact charges that he was also brought up against in the past. So we're going to hope everything works out all right. I think it's too late in the game for another person to come forward, but it's all about a scandal. It's all about the almighty dollar. And I'm hoping everything works well for him and he gets ready for this upcoming season. And best luck to him. On a sad note, I want to send my condolences out first to Miss Anna and her family. And the Arizona Cardinals cornerback Jeff Gladney died on yesterday morning in a car accident in Dallas. The car crash, he was in a car crash around 2:28 a.m. on the Woodall Rogers Freeway in Dallas. It was real fatal. It was him and his girlfriend. Car flipped over 17 times. When the authorities arrived, they were already dead on the scene. So my prayers and condolences are out to his family. Jeff Gladney was a cornerback. He was his third year in the NFL. He was a former first-round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars and later got traded to the Arizona Cardinals, where he was this year getting ready to compete for a starting job. So it was a terrible loss. I know the city of Arizona, not only that, he was from the state of Louisiana. And so I know his family. I send my prayers out to his family, his girlfriend's family, and everybody else. So God bless you guys and everything. The Las Vegas Raiders, now this is a good shot. The Las Vegas Raiders have given a workout to former San Francisco 49ers quarterback, Colin Kaepernick. Now, everybody knows Mr. Colin Kaepernick. He's not played a down in the NFL in almost a decade, and they gave him a great workout. Are now in works of talking about getting him a deal. So I would really like that for Mr. Kaepernick. He has fought long, and he's all about justice. He's all about equality. He's all about Black people, and I love him for that. And so I'm hoping and praying that he does get a second chance at the NFL, and what a great team to be with the Raiders. I think they're a great organization, and it's a great fit for him. Moving on to the WNBA is kicked off, and we have a game going on right now. The Mystics are losing to the Fever in the second quarter, 25-22. Also, later on tonight at 8 p.m., the Suns will face the Aces. Las Vegas Aces are also a great start with the best record in the WNBA so far with the 8-1 start. And also the late game, the nightcap will be the Wings against the LA Sparks, topping off at 9:30. Now, before I end this segment, I told Mr. Furman that I had a breaking news. That's something that everybody would be at a wow before the sports segment is over with. But before I got on this show, I had a couple of resources call me and gave me some updated news. And I don't know how true this is, but allegedly, Kevin Durant may be on his way to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to say that again. Kevin Durant from the Brooklyn Nets might be teaming up with Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. That will be huge if that happens. So I'm not a Kevin Durant fan personally, but I do think he's a great fit for the team, and they will be real off. We will see. I think the word of mouth just got out this evening that Kevin Durant is in talks with the Memphis Grizzlies as we speak. So we'll wait and see what happens. I can't really get a comment on that, but we'll wait and see what happens. But that's my time, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank you for tuning in to me. I love you. God loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Back to you, Mr. Furman.
Hey, thank you, Kenny, for the latest sports news and updates as well. And we know that when you're making money and when you're in the $6 million, billion range, you have to be careful out there. You got to be careful who you get involved with. You got to be careful what you do. You got to be careful what you go to. You got to realize you're nothing but a dollar sign to these people. So be mindful who you entangle, be entertained. Just be mindful because you hear people say it's a blessing and a curse. If you make money, you are always going to be a target. So be careful out there. Use wisdom when it comes to your decision making, especially when it comes to the opposite sex men. Be mindful, be careful out there because you're nothing but a target. Ladies as well, you're a target. So be careful out there because people look at you as a dollar sign. That's it. They just want to get money off of you. They don't care about you. They just care about your bank account. So be careful out there. They go for all of us. So we got to kick it off with some late entertainment news with Coach Shay. Coach Shay, welcome back. I know you was not here last week with Anna as well, but welcome y'all ladies back. So kick it off with some entertainment news. And after that, we're going to get right into some Q&A with our featured guest for the night.
Yes, thanks for the warm welcome back and good to see everybody as usual. So for my entertainment, for my celebrity tea that I have for you today. So a few weeks ago, earlier this month, we know that A$AP Rocky and Rihanna welcomed a baby boy into the world. And y'all, they always leave us in suspense like this. They left us hanging. We don't know the baby name right now. We are hoping that we can get a photo maybe eventually. You know, they always teasing us. They gonna show us the baby toe, his little hair, all this. Well, we haven't saw the baby face. So I'm really excited to know the baby name. I really am curious to know what she named the baby, and I can't wait to see the baby. Also, rumor has it that after 14 years as a trio, that the Migos might be splitting up, y'all. I am devastated. I love the Migos. They is one of like the longest lasting groups. They
I'm
hadn't,
devastated too.
yeah, like they hadn't really let nothing divide them. So it's really shocking. Cardi B and Takeoff unfollow Quavo. Cardi B and Offset, they unfollow Takeoff and Quavo on Twitter. That was the first thing everybody noticed. And they're supposed to be dropping a new album called Unk and Few. So I'm ready to hear the song. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really sad that they are separating if this is true. Because they've been hanging out so long, they've been doing this music thing for a long time, and I really like the fact that they were sticking together. So hopefully this is just a rumor, or hopefully they kind of just breaking off and doing their own thing. They did have solo albums. I think back in like 2019, 2020, each of them did do a solo album. We thought they were splitting up then, but they didn't. So we don't really know what they got cooking up though. So it's not haven't been confirmed, but rumor has it they might be splitting up this time. Also, Queen Elizabeth II, she celebrates 70 years on the throne, y'all. This lady has been on the throne for 70 years. She had, and she will celebrate with the Platinum Jubilee. It's gonna start today all the way to next week, y'all. She's celebrating the whole 6-7 days, and she is known as one of the longest reigning monarchs in British royal history. And that's all I have for my celebrity tea today. Oh, also special shout out to Anna C, which I know everybody is giving her kudos. Of course, I gotta give her flowers as well. Congratulations to Anna C. She is going to be one of the biggest financial advisors that Alabama has ever seen. Y'all get ready for Anna. If y'all got any financial questions, please reach out to her. She will help you. And I just love her. Much love. Love you, Anna. Got her doing big things. Somebody I really look up to.
Awesome. Everybody, awesome stuff. And like I said, we're excited to be back with y'all once again here on the podcast of Walking His Ways Impact Voice. People may ask, what do walking his ways mean? Walking his ways came from the Bible. The Bible instructs us to walk in God's ways. We walk in God's ways, things happen, things shape, things come together because God honor his word. And we walk in his ways, the blessings and everything else come along with it. So that's what the purpose of walking his ways, all about walking in God's ways. We're very excited to be with you once again tonight. We are live streaming here on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, like, share, comment. We love to hear from you. Share it on your page. Share with others, your loved ones. But we here on the podcast, we love to hear inspiring stories, right? We love to hear people that are very gifted, like Coach Shay. She's gifted. She's into fitness and things. And we have Anna. She's into the financial arena. You know, Kenny, he's into the sports arena. And we just love having gifted people on here that love to share their stories. They love to encourage you, to inspire you, to become all that you want to be in life. We don't have to live a mediocre life. Mm-hmm. We choose to live a mediocre life. We choose to live by other people's opinions, you know, of ourselves. We're afraid to be ourselves. We're afraid to be who God made us to be because we want to please the masses. We want to please everybody, but are we pleasing ourselves at the end of the day? Are we happy where we at in our lives? Are we? That's something we have to ask ourselves. Paul said, examine yourself. And a lot of times as people, we have to examine ourselves. We have to ask ourselves these hard questions when we by ourselves, when it's just you alone. Write these things down. Ask yourself these questions. Is I'm happy? Is I'm at the place where I need to be at in my life? these things we have to ask ourselves. We have to ask ourselves these hard questions. You ever go to the AA meeting? First thing they do, they admit that you have a problem. We have to admit that we have a problem. And the problem is not self. It's not mama. It's not daddy. It's not the neighbors. No. The problem is us because we hold our own self back. We're afraid what people gonna say, what we're gonna think, but we want to live the life that God made us to live. He didn't just put us here on earth to work, pay bills, then die. No, he put us here on earth for his glory. He put us here on earth to bring glory to his name, utilize our gifts to be a blessing to others. Before we get out now to a Q&A, we want to welcome Latoya Walker. She's a native here in Dallas, Texas. She's an author. She's a business owner of a trucking company. She's a podcast host of Latoya TV. I met her last year via Facebook. We talk to each other off and on constantly, but I'm very excited that she took time of her busy schedule to join us tonight on the podcast. So Latoya, welcome to Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing great. We thank you for taking time out your busy schedule. I know you have a book that's already out, has come out. I know you're going to talk about the book. It has an interesting title to the book.
Yeah.
I know you're going to get more into that tonight. But once again, introduce yourself to the audience that's watching us right now on Facebook Live.
Oh, my name is Latoya, and I am a native, Latoya Walker. I'm a native here in Dallas, Texas. And I'm a business owner, speaker, and author. I just started writing my book, so I'm not a big author like that, but I'm just coming on the scene. So that's who I am. And I came a long way from where I was. So that's very exciting just to hear myself say that I'm an author and a speaker.
and awesome. And and all praise to the Most High for allowing us to have this conversation with you tonight. And we ask you some questions. I know you have your podcast and you speak a lot of engagements. Get more off into that because we know that what we said tonight is going to really inspire somebody. It's going to really penetrate somebody's heart. That okay, if this woman is doing this stuff, what's my excuse? I don't have no excuse. And we got to get out of that. Yeah, we got to get out of making these excuses. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too this. It's too late in the game. No, it's never too late in the game. You say that because you got that in your mind that it's too late in the game. But I know, like I said, you have a book. Explain to us what the book is about. I mean, you have other books you already have out. So the newest book you have out, how did it all come about?
So this is the first book I got out. I got another book that's coming out. It's an urban novel. It's Six Kings and a Queen. But this is A Slave on the Throne. And God inspired me to write this book during COVID. It's actually about a girl that was born into wedlock and she was sold into slavery. She was sold into slavery and she actually made her way back on the throne. Now, the book is not to, sometimes when you hear about slavery, we get, kind of upset and sad and mad. This book is designed for motivation because we have all been in captivity of something, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, whether it's bad relationships, and then we rise to the throne. There's so many people out there that's giving themselves less in life because they think that's what it is. They think because they come from a background, they think because they have done certain things that God ain't forgive them. People don't told them that's who they had to be. And if you had told me 10 years ago, maybe like 15 years ago, the lifestyle that I was in, that I was going to write a book, I would have said, no, you crazy. But God had to remove me from the people that was surrounding me, the person who I was, and reinvent myself. And then he started giving me all these ideas. He started connecting me with not just people in my community, like worldwide people. Like I got a phone number full of people that I would have never even been able to, I ain't gonna say associate with, because you don't never want to put nobody above you, but I definitely wouldn't have been able to be among these people, is because these are good people. I would have looked at them like something was wrong with them just in the world that I was in. So this is called Save on the Throne. You can get it on Amazon or Walmart.com. My next book is basically like, because I want to reach out to everybody. The next book is It's about actually about a girl that's she's in a it's her and her family, and they're like in this criminal lifestyle, but they're gonna give their life to God. They're gonna live this horrible life, and then they're gonna give their life to God. So it's just different people that it's gonna reach. Different. This one may not reach a certain crowd, but the other one may reach a certain crowd, and then keep going and keep going and keep going.
And awesome stuff. And I know you said the book, Six Kings and a Queen, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they say you want this book to reach everybody. It sounds like something that people can relate to, because we know that things are going on right now in this crazy world that we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
The function going on, the mass shootings going on. So much chaos is going on. And I know the home, and I'm a single guy, and I noticed that the homes are being attacked more. The families are being divided more. And we know the Bible said, house divided cannot stand. And I know that God is big on family, he's big on a home, restoring the family structure, because families, man, are really, really being lost more and more. Back in the day, the family was, family had demons, they was close, but now it's like,
And
disaster.
let me say this about family, because family ain't always like blood related. I consider family is like people that want to see me elevate. It's people in your family that can actually hate you. There's people that in your family can actually be jealous of you, and it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be like that as a person. But sometimes when you see people not wanting to connect to their family, it's not that they just, they got hate in them. It's just that sometimes your family don't be the best thing for you. If you want to elevate, you want to keep your relationship with God. I have both. I have family that they gonna elevate me. We're gonna stick together. My mom, my kids, my cousins, um, and these are all maternal. But then you have some family that they won't even know you, and they'll make judgment on you based off they can see you at. I'm gonna say this. Sometimes when people met you at a certain season in your life, let's say I met you 10, 15 years ago, and now I know you now. You have your podcast, you're in Dallas, they won't respect you for the man that you're becoming or the woman that you're becoming. So you gotta just love them people and keep on going. You can't stay in a room full of people that's gonna drag you down and talk negative. And no, that ain't family. Family should be about love and respect and seeing each other grow. And if you can't get that, then I don't knock nobody for not wanting to associate with certain family members.
Right, and I say it's something. And the book that I'm reading right now, I read a book before, and it talks about the difference between having friends and having allies.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at allies is way better than friends, because an ally gonna tell you the truth. An ally gonna keep it real with you. Ally gonna want you to succeed because they want to succeed. Friends, family, It made me think about Abraham. When God came to Abraham, he told
This book.
Abraham to leave everything, leave your kin, leave everything, go to a land I will show you. A lot of times, God will tell you to separate with certain
That's
people,
right.
certain land,
That's
certain
right.
territory, and go to a place.
Go to a place where don't nobody know.
As that, and then because in that place you have to totally rely on Him, getting instructions from Him, because it's just you and God. So you have to break away from those people, break away from those things. And this journey, Toya, I don't want to go here tonight, but this journey will cost you a lot of things. People don't understand it.
It will.
It will cost you family. It will cost you loved ones. Even Christ said it. If you love these people more than me, what is it? I mean,
And you got to even think about the biblical story about Joseph. His brothers was the one who sold him.
right.
But when he seen him, he still loved him and gave him stuff. I'm telling you, family can be your biggest downfall. You probably have some family members watching us right now on this podcast, and they won't say a word. They'll say everything negative there is to say. But you'll have a stranger that'll come on here and reach out to you and say, thank you. That's good. I love you. But then you got your own sister and brother with a knife behind your back, and they haven't elevated nowhere. They still in the same position. So they want you, they'll try to pull you down and want you to stay on the same level with them. Because anybody that's elevated don't have time to hate or be mad at nobody, or I'm mad at my cousin. I got cousins that loved me to death when I was out in the street being crazy, but they won't say a word to me now. And it's not nothing that I don't did to them personally. It's that they at the same level that we were 10 or 15 years ago. So they think that, oh, first thing they're gonna say, he think he all that. He moved to Dallas, or she thinks she all that, because it's not that. It's time for elevation. And we don't have to apologize to nobody for where we going. We don't gotta apologize to nobody. We gotta sit down and tell them, hey, it is, or you don't have to make yourself fit in. If you're gonna go over here with them, still be yourself. You don't have to go back to who you was 10 or 15 years ago. And then you notice that when you start going around people, you start feeling uncomfortable. Some of the stuff that you used to laugh at, you don't even laugh at it no more.
Right.
So yeah, you don't allow your family, old friends too, because as we grow, we will attract different type of people, and you won't be attracted to who you was 15 or 20 years ago, because people are not growing. They're looking at the world, they're looking at what's going on, and they're not growing mentally. Some people can look at something negative and laugh it off and go back to being some positive. But some people can look at something negative and that's where they stay at. They don't rise. They stay where they at. So I'm sure it's somebody in my family right now looking at this podcast, but they not gonna say a word. You know why? Because they stuck on who I was 10 years ago. They gonna watch me from a distance and far, but they not gonna say, you know how some people, you're gonna have a lot of people buying tickets to your show, but they're gonna be sitting in the back and they ain't gonna say nothing. So that's the world we live in. And
it is. And main thing is like pressing forward and pressing through, like you said, elevation. And that's something that's really confirmation, because that's what the word I've been hearing as like elevation, discipline, taking it to another level, not being stagnant. And a lot of times in life, we get so stagnant, we get so complacent that we don't elevate, we don't grow, and we just be miserable, wither away, and die. And that's not living at all.
That ain't living. And I don't care if don't nobody gotta tell you, hey, you congratulate yourself. We be listening for people. We want people to clap for us. If you know how far you done came in your mind, you know how far your thinking is. Only you know who you are. So you don't need nobody, them to like nothing you say on social media. You don't need none of that at all. Get up and do what you got to do and be silent with it. Because sometimes when you throw what you're doing out in the atmosphere, stop telling people what you're doing. Just wait till the cake is finished and then serve it. Don't. We gotta just stop. I'm telling y'all. The more we tell people what we're gonna do, it's a lot of people that don't want to hear that. And once again, it can be your family. And then I even was speaking to a young lady. She was having problems with her parents. They didn't go very far in life, so she has a different. They I'm not gonna say they hate her, but they don't congratulate her on nothing that she do, because they looking at her like they didn't go far, she went far, and the odds were against her, and that's what it is. Whenever the odds against you, you're gonna have people like that. But get up and still do what you gotta do. Still push, still do what you gotta do. You ain't gotta get a client from people always complaining like, oh well, my family not supporting me, or my friends not. They're not meant to support you. You gotta go. It's a billion other people in the world that you can go out to, and you depending on the 100, 200 people you know. They're not gonna do it for you. First of all, half of them don't want to see you rise. You think they're gonna support you on something and it's not benefiting them? You gonna possibly move past them. So we have to just focus on us and the great things in life and not the negativity. If they don't clap for you, oh well. Still love them, still hug them, and just move on. Don't say nothing negative and don't take it offensive.
Right. That's all you can do. Shay, you have anything you want to implement?
I definitely do. That's a major topic, because I literally made a post today. Congratulating myself, and I was like,
yeah.
Sometimes you have to give yourself a pat on the back, because like you were saying, we often look for people to validate us, whether that's our parents, our spouse,
Mhm.
you know, whoever. We often looking for people to validate us when the validation comes from
That's
above.
right. That's right.
And I tell people a lot of the times, like, they be like, I'm waiting on my blessing. Well,
Mhm.
what form are you looking for it in? Are you really looking for God to come tap you on your shoulder and be like, there go the blessing that I had for you right there? Or, like, what form are you looking for it in? Because a lot of the time we get our blessings all the time. Every time we wake up, it's a blessing, right? But if we ain't acknowledging the little things, you don't get the big things. You get
That's
the
right.
big get held back from you when you don't acknowledge the small steps, right? And I also want to talk about the slavery piece. Like, back then, back then we think about slavery as bondage and shackles,
Mhm. Mhm.
everybody having to be
Mhm.
told what to do and whip. And
Mhm.
now, y'all, the slavery is in our mindset.
It's in the mindset. It's in
It's
the
in our,
mindset.
and it's so bad.
It's
If we don't,
bad.
it's so bad if we do not get a hold of y'all. Like she said, the negative thoughts, the negative energy, being around the negative people, you are going to stay negative. It's no positive, nothing gonna come out of being around somebody that's negative all the time, constantly feeding you negative energy,
Mhm.
negative things about you. Get rid of them people.
I
Especially,
even, yeah, I even say get rid of the ones that you friends with on social media. You don't
yeah,
have to like physically delete them, but I unfollow them if they're
mm,
like family, because that stuff is poisonous. If you looking at something, you can have a good day. If somebody get on there saying something crazy, there go your whole. So you gotta watch everything, everybody you come in contact with, as far as it's your personal life or social media. I heard somebody the other day say the 5 people around you, would you want your children to be like them? And that's a real important question.
yeah,
The five, think about 5 people that's in your life. Would you want your children to be like them? And that's important because we got to watch who we communicate with. And that our blessings really like fall into the whole thing. Like you can
yeah.
I wasn't as blessed when I was around a certain crowd. Um, God got me by myself, and I'm able to network with different people that was able to help me in different areas. Um,
Cause
your friend that you hang out on the block with. My friend that I used to hang out on the block with couldn't dare give me a in contact with a queen over in Africa, and this is true. But the networking that I've been doing, one of my friends actually had an event one day, and there was kings and queens there. I wouldn't have been able to do that with them. So you got to really watch who you affiliate yourself with. Sometimes you got to be by yourself. Sometimes you got to have that one person. It's nothing wrong with being by yourself. That's the most beautiful time of your life where you can just think and God can just rise you and just make you a better person.
that's
And most definitely. Oh, go ahead,
I,
Shay.
I wanted to add, like, and the people that don't support you, y'all, that don't make them bad people. I was one of those.
Exactly.
I was one of those people that feel like, well, my people ain't supporting me because, like Anna said, full-time entrepreneur is different. When you're relying on yourself for everything,
Hmm.
it's totally different ball game. So I was upset at first when nobody supported me. Family didn't really, I didn't feel like nobody was really proud of me because they didn't support me.
Hmm.
And God said they ain't at that capacity.
That's
So
right.
you have to be mindful when you a gallon person and it's pint people that you dealing with.
Mm,
You might be a big person. You might be
that's
a
right. That's
dealing
right.
with a pint people. So it's definitely important to understand that you just a bigger person.
Yep.
That less of a person. That don't make them love you any less. That shouldn't make you love them any less. They just haven't reached that capacity to fully give you what they need to give you. And once I realized that, it made me feel better. It made me feel better with people not supporting me because I'm like, that means you're not attached to my assignment. I'm not here to serve everybody. I'm only here to serve the people that God assigned to me. So that's another thing we have to be mindful too. we are assigned to certain people here. And when you don't walk in your gift and walk in your purpose, you miss out on those people that you're supposed to be serving and reaching at a high level.
Yeah, because the programming of people, we've been programmed to think a certain way, you know, do this, do that, and that's it. So when you step out your comfort zone, you're gonna get the negative feedback. Fear gonna come in, doubt gonna come in. A lot of times we doubt ourselves. A lot of times we get in fear. You know, we worry about what this gonna, how this gonna happen. We worry about next week, and this week I ain't even here yet. You
That's
know,
right.
Christ said, "Seek ye first the kingdom, and in God's rights, and all these things will be added unto us." He said, "Don't even take no thought what we're gonna eat, what we're gonna drink, what we're gonna wear." He said, "The Gentiles seek the people of the world, people that who don't have no relationship with God, seek out those things." But he told us what we need to do: seek ye first the kingdom of God and His rights, and all these things gonna be what added unto you. Don't take no thought for tomorrow. For tomorrow, take it. We supposed to live for one day at a time, and we so worried about tomorrow. Tomorrow not even here yet. Cause we go before God and try to say, "Well, I'm a piece that I can't trust." God takes it. No, He wants us to live for that moment right now. We live for right now, and tomorrow will take care of itself. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm very excited about tonight's episode because I know some people need to hear that tonight. You know, being broke from the limitation of people opinion. And I know, so you have a lot. You know, business owner, you know, trucking company, writing books. How do you manage so many projects at the in this position that you're at right now?
Oh man, it's a lot. I'm also well, I'm gonna let that one go, but I was I was an adjuster before anything. I was an independent adjuster, so that's a lot of hours. It's that's a lot of hours. So that actually just like that helped me build the capital to get the trucking company. But it's a lot. But one thing about it is it's I like doing it all. I love doing it. It's not nothing that I'm getting up dreading doing or I'm dragging. I actually be happy to get up for the next day to do what I need to do. But it's a lot and it's worth it. Eventually I'm a just I pray to God just be able to do my speaking and let my son handle the trucking company. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's getting done.
Now you said keywords is getting done, but you're
That's
doing
getting done.
something that you love to do. And we
Mm-hmm.
should encourage people, especially if you have children, help them find a gift, but encourage them to do something they love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I'm talking to the males tonight too. It's important for us males to change our family tree, change our culture. We should, and don't be influenced by the things of this world. Don't be influenced about
Mm-hmm.
people on your 9 to 5 or
Mm-hmm.
your 12-hour shift job, because those people, some, I'm not saying all of them, some of them, they are already stuck in their way. They already been programmed already to stay where they at. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to see you succeed, but you
Oh
keep
yeah.
moving forward, because at the end of the day, it's all about you get to that place we need to be at. I noticed, and then that's another thing I noticed lately too. We are afraid to step out at times because we worry about what other people think. And then we talked about that
Mm-hmm.
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Being afraid what other people think. If you give this up, why you do all that for? I wouldn't do that if I was you. You hear that stuff over and over again.
You can't listen to that because whatever a lot of people go off of their own fears. A lot of people go off their own fears. A lot of people go off their own doubts. A lot of people go off of the first if I hear somebody say something negative about anything I'm doing, I try to eliminate myself from them. Or I remember this guy told me about 3 years ago. I was telling him something that I was doing, and he said, you ain't gonna be able to do that. And it happened. What he said wasn't gonna be able to happen. So a lot of people kept saying, "Oh, you ain't gonna be able to do this or this." I spoke with the biggest speaker in the world 2 weeks ago, so that's exciting for me. I don't care if people can say all day, "Oh, that ain't nothing." That's something coming from the hood and being on stage with the world's biggest speaker. podcast, look at his TV show when I was little, and then I started speaking with him. So that's exciting for me. And don't never let nobody tell you what you're doing ain't exciting, because it is. If they can take a time out to criticize it, it must be something good about it. Because normally people don't take the time to say something bad about something that's bad. They're gonna take out the time to say something bad about something that's good.
So true. And y'all have to watch who y'all take advice from. Like,
yeah.
you have to be mindful, or is that person coming from a place of love?
Or
Is
a place of hate.
a place of hurt? They come
Yeah.
from a place of fear? Like, where they coming from? You have to really be mindful, because I listen to a lot of people give me advice, and I was like, and you have to listen to what they saying, and I'll be like, oh, they coming from a hurt place. They give me some hurt advice. This is triggering them, and you can tell when it's triggering them, because they gonna get real hype about it. It's gonna be like, almost be like they reliving the moment again, and that's how they're coming from a hurt place. They're not giving you advice from their heart, and they're not giving you advice from a place of love. You gotta be mindful.
But at the end of the day, what I have learned, and I'm saying this, and I just learned this within myself, we have to go based off what we want. You can ask me my advice, you can ask Mr. Jackson his advice, we can ask anybody their advice, but we have to go off of what's right. What's right. The other day I was I'm helping somebody, and one of my friends said, like, she didn't want me to help that person because of what they had done. But the Holy Spirit was telling me, you have to, this what I'm telling.
We had technical difficulties. I guess she'll be back on. But this is the awesome stuff that we talk about here on tonight on the podcast. Breaking these barriers, breaking these strongholds, breaking away from people's opinions. And that's another thing part of my spirit. And it may sound like it's evil, but it's time to be selfish. And when I say time to be selfish, it's time to live your life. It's time to do your own thing. I'm not saying in a cocky, narcissist way, but sometimes you gotta develop a cold, cutthroat style about yourself now. And when I say that, don't allow people to waste your time. Don't try to, the advice thing with people, that right there is nerve-wracking, because when it comes to advice to people, they don't want to listen. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. That's a waste of my time. I don't need to do that either. Do what you want to do. That's why if people say you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink, that's so true. You can lead people water all day long, but if they don't want to drink, they don't want to drink. That's on them. Cool. Do your thing.
Yeah,
people out there with it's time to develop a cold, dark side to you now. It's time to bring that deep beast out of you now and start treating people at a long distance. I want to say that. If that sounds politically correct, because I don't want my time wasted. You waste my time, I'm done with you, because elevation is, you can't play around. You know, people talk about Michael Jordan. They thought Michael Jordan, oh, he was this big bully. When you have a mumble, when you have a killer instinct about yourself, you don't allow people to waste your time. That makes sense on what I'm saying. Kobe had that mentality, mumble mentality. If people do not want to win, stop bringing these dead people around your environment. Don't let these dead people drag you down because they don't want to succeed. Everything's divided for a reason. Christ said he didn't come to bring peace. He came to bring a sword. They don't want to talk about that. He came to talk about division. It's an division that's going to start taking place. And when that division starts taking place, it's for a reason. Can't bring everybody along with you. I'm not going to go there. But Toya, welcome back to the podcast. But like I said, man, start developing a cold, dark side about yourself. Start cutting these people off, because these people, some of these people ain't trying to go nowhere. Care less. But anyway, getting right back to the podcast, of course, we still having a great time tonight. So Toya, welcome back. We had technical difficulties, of course. But there's some awesome stuff we're talking about tonight. Shay, you have anything you want to ask Toya?
I definitely do. So I remember you saying that God kind of inspired the book and kind of set you down a little bit. Was it with quarantine and everything that was going on?
COVID. Yep, COVID. Um, I was a wild child, and like God, when I say He literally removed me away from, I'm telling you, one day I got him. I started to pray. I was in a relationship, and I prayed. One night I got on my knees and I prayed and I said, God, if this person is not for you, I didn't say me. I said, remove them out of my life. Within that week, they were gone. I just kept saying that prayer. One day I was around a group of people, a group of girls that I was friends with for years. And I said, God, if they're not for me, if they're not for you, can you remove them? And they added me. They had a group text going on and they accidentally added me in there. And in the text, they was talking about me being negative. And sometimes God will show you in a way that will hurt you. It will be hurtful. You gotta just fight through it, because when you ask him to show you something, he ain't gonna show it to you in no pretty. It may not be no pretty way. It may not be no lullaby. It may be drastic. It may be heartbreaking, but he's going to show you. So once he show you that these group of people ain't for you, then it's up to you what you got to do. You got to remove yourself. Now, they might come back around. They may come back around, and it's not for you to treat them bad. It's not for you to treat them mean, because it might be a test to see how you're going to treat them for you to go to your next level. Because we noticed in the Bible when Joseph brothers came, he could have said, I ain't giving y'all nothing. And most people, that's how they think. I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't feeding you. Y'all threw me in a pit. But he still helped them. He still helped them. He still provided for them. And I, that's how we gotta be. We do have to leave people behind. But if you see somebody and they ain't got nothing to eat and you don't know them from the past, y'all probably not talking, feed the people. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. But yeah, I don't know how, I had to see it the hard way. And once he showed me that, once I got everything out of the way, once I got all them people out of the way, he leveled me up. Business owner, books, he even leveled the environment where I live at. He leveled me up. He leveled me up spiritually. Um, he even like, you ain't gotta worry about those people, you ain't gotta worry about those friends. Let me give you some new people to surround yourself with. And he'll replace people. He'll replace people. Like like it's like I'm a whole new person now. Like
And I think people be getting it confused. They feel like when you change, it's like they no longer have like this type of access to you, or I don't really know what they feel like.
You know why? Because it's the level that they met you on. They were attracted to the old you. So when you're becoming another person, I'm not attracted to that person no more. I'm not, because I'm not changing within, so I'm not attracted to you. If I don't go to church, I'm not gonna be attracted to somebody that goes to church. Like it's not compatible. So it's not nothing that you don't done. It's just that they are attracted to the old you. Y'all met under those circumstances with the old you, old character, old ways, old thoughts. The person that you went partying with might not be the person that you do, same girl that you go to church with. You got people that you can call and say, hey, let's go to a party. Then you can call the same people the next day and say, hey, let's go to church. They're not gonna do. But you can call somebody and say, hey, let's go to church, and they're gonna run to the church. And then you say, hey, let's go to a party, they ain't gonna go. So it's different people that's attracted to us in different seasons in our life. Like you might have even different women or men that's attracted to you. Now it may be the more let me take that back, because it's still some men that ain't right that'll be like you just said, Mr. Jackson said that you got to watch the people that's coming in your life, especially when you're on the rise. And sometimes the opposite sex can see success, or they can see they can see when you rise, and then they can come in and they're not there to for your best interest. It's something that hidden. So
right. And I like that your cutoffs are spiritual. I
It's
loved it.
spiritual.
It's spiritual.
It ain't nothing personal.
No, it's nothing personal, y'all, because y'all listen to what she say. She say, I asked God, is this for me? Is this for you? Is this serving for you? Is this for you,
Yeah.
for me? You know,
Yeah.
and
Is they for you? If I ain't never said for me. I said
right.
I always ask him, are they for you? And if they not for him, they gone. Because they can be for me all day. Well, they may not be for God, but they can be for me for the wrong reasons too. You can be for me to try to see how I can help you. And I'm a giver, so I attract a lot of. I used to attract a lot of bitches and a lot of snakes.
Me too. Me too. Throughout my whole life. Then I done had so many situations where people done stole from me, stole my money, took my whole thing, threw my purse behind the fence, found it, brought back my ID. It was just, I mean, I done had so things that happen to me, y'all.
And it's just like I'm like, well, I can't take no more. But
Yeah.
you know what? But now it's just like I'm still gonna give, like, because I'm still gonna give. I ain't gonna ever block my heart because of what other people done done. I even I'm helping somebody right now, and it was hard to help them. They did something to me, but the Holy Spirit was like, you gotta help them. Because if they ask for help, like if they and that was hard. And I said, I wonder if this my test to be helping this person much as they done. You know, I'm keeping my distance. But if they crying out, and it was sincere, Um, but it's hard though. It's hard to and that's go back to Joseph. Like he could have slammed the door in their face and said, y'all the one that got me in this position, but they the one that got him in that position. If you understand what I'm saying, they got him in a position, but they got him in the position to go on a higher level. So sometimes when people they like all my old friends, I got pushed in this position. I got pushed to level up. So it's not no bad thing all the time when people do us wrong, because it don't do nothing but make us grow in a different way. And it makes us up. Yeah. So, you know.
Throwing out just new bricks in your new home. My grandma told me they throw out new bricks in your brand new home. Because I mean, people don't understand that when they talk about you, they uplift you, even though whatever they said, God see them, and that's uplifting you.
He see
it. He know. So when they thought they was talking about you behind your back, that's
but we gotta love. We still gotta love, and I know it's hard sometimes, but telling you when you forgive people, and it takes you to it makes you just be a whole different person. Like you ain't waking up mad at nobody. Just
that forgiveness is hard. That forgiveness piece is hard because it
is hard. It is hard.
Y'all forgive the person, then you gotta forgive the action, and then you gotta forgive yourself. So it comes in different forms with the forgiveness, and you just it go through phases, y'all. So be patient with yourself.
And we're going to the difference between responding and reacting. You know, if you react to them, they are in control. But if you respond to them, you remain in control. A lot of times people do stuff to get a reaction out of you. They know what button to put to get a reaction. That means they in control. They know how to control you. But once you respond, like Joseph responded to his brother. He could have reacted, but he responded. He said, "Which God meant for evil, God turned for good." And that's how a lot of times we have to look at situations. What you meant evil against me, God meant it for my good. So a lot of times the thing happen, we have to catapult us to the next phase in our life, the next level in our life. In order to get to that place, like you said, you still gotta love, you still gotta forgive people. We don't want our heart hard towards anybody, because that blocks our blessings. Because the Bible says, if we don't forgive them for their trespasses, our Heavenly Father will forgive our trespasses.
That's right.
So you have to give people trespasses all the time. So this is stuff that we're talking. A lot of people are really enjoying this stuff that we're talking about here tonight. from the comments and the shares on Facebook
Yes, and let
Live.
me tell you something. Even when I was in a bad relationship, and the lady that my ex went on with, I really want to thank her. Like first, I used to like um have a little resentment, but I like if I ever see her, I'ma hug her and thank her because she removed him out of my life, and he was the worst thing that ever happened, and she was the best thing that ever happened to me because when she removed him, I was able to elevate. So she was thinking that she was hurting me, and she just didn't know that she was blessing me. And if I ever see her, I'm gonna give her a hug and take her out to eat and whatever. You said you helped me out, so you gotta. Sometimes when people are removed out of our life, that's a breather. Like you can get up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go get this degree. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm about to do." You can do stuff that you haven't done when you don't have that extra stress on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who needs to hear this, but sometimes when we get out of these relationships and these friendships, you have one less problem.
Yeah, and also know taking time out and investing in yourself. Like
Yeah,
you
take
said,
it.
losing weight. You know what I'm saying? Start changing your diet. Start getting your mind right. Get into some book. Write some goals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, get in tune with God. Most important. That's the foundation.
That's
That's
the
very
first
important.
thing right there.
Yeah, gotta get that. Get in tune with losing weight, exercising. To the fellas, start working out. Get your personal trainer. Don't try to do it by yourself. People say, I'm going to the gym. No, get your personal trainer. Get you somebody have a proven track record that will get you on the path to get your body the way you want it. See, that will mess up a
Right.
lot of people when they want to work out. Well, I got to get a gym membership. You work out, you stop. Nah, get your trainer. Find your trainer. Not everybody can't be a trainer. I'm just being honest with you. Find your trainer that's got a proven track record that will help you, but at the same time, the trainer do their part, but at the same time, you got to do your part too as well. You could train all day. The trainer go put in all the work, but if you're not putting the work yourself, it's a partnership. The trainer, the person you work with is a partnership. So you have to tag team this thing. Okay, the trainer implementing this stuff, but you have to take in what the trainer is giving you. So I tell everybody, invest in your personal trainer. I have me a personal trainer. Invest in your personal trainer. It works out a lot. It helps you get on that right path for you to go on to as well. So fellas, get in shape. Take care of your body. You feel a whole lot better, especially when you're your purpose. We have to be healthy in our purpose. The Bible said that with all things, he wants to prosper in our health. It is God's will for us to be healthy. If you go to a doctor, if you're eating all the pork and all this stuff we're not supposed to eat, what the doctor gonna tell you? Hey, you need to cut that back. You need to lose weight. That's simple. So cut out the stuff that you don't need. Google a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information out there. Find the stuff. Find your nutrition. That's another thing. Find
I
your
just
meal
got
plan.
one. Yeah, she don't help me lose 10 pounds. I did do bad over the weekend, but I just got a nutritionist and she's good. But Shay, you pretty in shape, so
Yeah,
you in you in
I
shape.
yeah, it's actually funny because like it started out really just a hobby, and then I
Oh,
just
okay.
so passionate about it, and I was like, everybody need to feel like this. Everybody need to do this, and it just became my mission.
Yes, and I see you too, Freeman. You been in that gym. You been getting it in, boy. I see you. I'm like, look at him.
Oh yeah, working out with Shay because we work out
And
twice a week.
you can tell you looking younger. Like you slimming down. Like you can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but thanks to Shay because I've been working out with her at her studio downtown Dallas, so she's
Oh,
really
you in
been a
Dallas,
blessing.
Shay?
Yes, I am.
Oh, look at God. I thought you was in Mobile.
No, that's Anna. Anna's in Mobile.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you.
Yeah, so she really be helping me out, and like I said, just
Oh, okay.
giving somebody the opportunity to work with you, and especially the stuff they trying to do. So I love that. Just give people the opportunity to
I'm
do
gonna
what they
come down there and
love.
work with y'all then.
And it'd be fun.
That's a blessing. I did not know you was here. Like that's a blessing.
And it is, because one guy before we started, he said, y'all be in there just tearing it up in there. And I'm gonna join y'all. So people be watching a lot. So by just putting in work, you inspire other people. I love working out, especially working out on the
Me too.
bag, that sweating, the exercising and
Yes,
stuff.
just make you
Yeah,
feel better.
it do, because you don't want to be bloated, overweight. That stuff ain't good. That's not of God. God did not intend for us to be obese at all. That's not his will for us to be obese. That's tricking the enemy. So
Amen.
eating healthy is important too. That's another thing. Eat healthy. I know a lot of people get scared of eating healthy. It's too expensive to eat. No, it's not. That's your mindset. But then, because I look at McDonald's, Whataburger here, you see the line wrapped around all around the corner. People, gotta get that fast food. Some people don't want to cook, man. Just go to the grocery store. And that, like I said, get with your nutrition. You don't know how to shop, get with your trainer. Your trainer already equipped in that area. Get with your trainer. Ask them what you want to do. Like Shay, she has a plan that whatever you just want to do, she put a plan together, send it to you. You just work with it. It's at the end of the day, it's all up to us whether you want it or not. She can't do it for me. That's something I have to want
Right.
at the end of the
You
day.
gotta do it for yourself.
You got to. Shay, anything you want to add?
Showing up for yourself, y'all. We might not want to do it, but you got to. You got to show up for yourself every day. It's so important to show up for yourself, not for other people. Showing up for you, making sure that you are the best quality person to being productive on this earth while you have this realm right now.
Right.
Very important.
It is. And have fun in what you're doing. Your work should be fun. Work should not be dreading. Work should not be boring. Work. God made work. God created work. So work is fun. Work. It's all about finding your purpose. And if you own a 9 to 5, still work on your purpose.
That's
We
right.
go through these paths for a reason. If you're working for somebody and you have a desire to be entrepreneur, God put you on the job to learn how they structure
That's
their
right.
business.
That's
So you
right.
take what they're implementing and implement your own business. So it's not a bad thing. So if you're working for a 9 to 5 or 12 or 12, still working your business when you off on the
Yeah,
weekend. See,
that's
we look
right.
forward to the weekend. When I go to for the weekend, I'm going to this concert. Nah, sometimes you have to take a sacrifice.
That's right.
You have
That's
to
right.
let go
I'm
of the
sacrificing
concert.
right now.
Right, you have to let go of the concerts for a little while. You have to let go of these trips. If you're trying to get on your purpose takes time. Your purpose gonna take effort. You can't go to the club like you used to. You can't go do these trips like you used to because I'm working on my purpose. And when you're working on your purpose, go ahead.
Either they not being funny because they ain't coming to the barbecue and coming to the club with you and showing up at the birthday parties and all that. They is trying to become the best version of themselves, right?
Right, and it may take you a year. It may take you 6 months, however long it takes, because you're working on something. So,
when you're mastering something, and that's another thing, y'all, we gotta stop putting a cap on when you're mastering something. Like, you don't want to just do it. You want to be the master of whatever your ability is. So when you're trying to master something, that is going to take time. So you gotta be patient. That's why in my program is focused on physical mastery. That takes time. When you're trying to get to the most out of whatever it is, it's gonna take time because that's mastering. It come with a different level and a different pace of thinking when you're trying to. So you be patient with yourself. You ain't get like with weight loss. You ain't gain them pounds overnight, so you're not gonna lose the weight overnight.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. So if it took you 5 years to gain all this weight, chances are it's gonna take us about 5 to reverse it. But you got to be patient with yourself, and during the process, enjoy the journey to where you're going.
Right.
Rather than destination. Enjoy the.
So the process is supposed to be fun. And another thing that came to me too, whatever that you love to do, follow people that's already doing it.
That's right.
If you into fashion, follow people who doing fashion. Watch a lot of studies. If you into speaking, get books on speaking, find people who are speaking. Whatever you love to do, ladies and gentlemen, follow people that's already doing it. With me, if you say about a podcast, I know I'll be podcast, but I love it. So what I do, I take time out and I study other podcast hosts, how they implement their shows. Knowledge, gaining knowledge, be a student of the game. Learn your craft, perfect your craft. Speaking, get books on public speaking. I had a friend of mine years ago. She got on me. She said, if you're serious about doing this, get books on podcasts, get books on public speaking, get yourself prepared. You in school. This is college for all of us. And I'm not talking about a name. This is your college. This is your college. This is your baby. You in college for a reason, to perfect your gift. Even Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, says this: cultivate your gift. God gave everybody a gift. God does not tend for us to be slothful in our gifting. Our gifting takes us to cultivate it. So you constantly always learning to, what we said earlier, evolve. So you're always involved. So what? You're going to grow. You want to work in the spirit of excellence. People don't like him saying them words. When you get another level, you want to work in excellence, correct? So you want to work in excellence. You want to perfect everything, because our goal is to be going to perfection in what we do, and perfection is maturity. So we are mature. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do things better. You're not gonna do things half-stepping, shabby. You're not just gonna, well, I'm just gonna throw this together and God gonna bless it. No, God do everything decent and in order. God works in order. It works in structure. So he tend for us to work in order, tend for us to work in structure. Toya, I know we were talking about the book that we went into. So the book that you got coming out, Six Kings and a Queen. When can people expect the book? What can the people expect the book to come out? And when you were putting this book together, what did you get out of it?
It's kind of like it's more of like who I was. This girl, her name is January McClendon. So it's basically like, it's a lot of January McClendons. She's raised around her brother and her dad. She gets involved in organized crime and all type of stuff. But she gives her life to God and creates a whole new life. So it's a lot of people that may not, I may not be able to reach through Slave on the Throne, but it's a lot of girls that's stuck in the hood. There's a lot of dudes that's stuck in the hood that they think that because of the life they living or the stuff they done, that God ain't gonna welcome them. So this basically what this book is about. It starts off, kind of rough, but the ending of it, it gives you a sense of peace and a deliverance.
Yeah, that deliverance very important. We all want to be delivered.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible said, whom the Son set free is free indeed. So it's all about being free. We all want to be free.
Hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully. I'm scheduled to have it out around August, but you know how we are. I ain't gonna say we, but sometimes we be having a lot going on. So, but I'm praying to have it released on my birthday in August.
Okay, then congratulations on that. We know the number 8 is new beginnings, as they say.
Yeah.
So we know 8 is new beginnings. We about to get ready to go into the 6th month, and then we're gonna go into the 7th. 7 is depletion, then 8 is new beginnings. So that's a beautiful thing when you're on the spiritual standpoint. Shay, you have anything you want to ask Toy before you already got there? I know we're pressing for time, but you have anything you want to ask more?
Just, tell us where we can find you and how we can connect with you, and let the people know where to find you, girl.
So I'm on Facebook, Latoya Walker. It's a profile picture, I think, of my book. The cover, my book cover is either my book cover or profile picture of Les Brown. And you can also go to my YouTube channel, Latoya TV. We are reconstructing it. I'm getting somebody to help me make it a little bit liver than what I was doing. So, but it's still going there. I got some past shows on there, but right now we are kind of upgrading it, and then we're gonna come back out within a month or two. So
awesome. Congratulations on that. Essence is good. Working excellence, always invest in your product. There's nothing wrong with investing. I love excellence, because excellence, God wants us to work in excellence. He do. And
it's excellence. It's no compromise. It can't compromise. It just is that. And I like that.
Yeah, because you're going to take, because if it's something that you love to do, you're not going to rush it. It takes 9 months
That's
for a
right.
baby to get here. So it takes time, like you mentioned earlier, Shay. If you gain all these pounds within 5 years, it will take you 5 years to reverse it. It's everything is timing. God is about patience. God is about timing. We get so impatient because we in these human bodies and we in this physical earth. But the Bible said 1 year, 1,000 years to us is just a day with God. So God is eternal. He don't see what we see. We get so caught up. I turned 40 on April the 23rd. God look at internal. You don't look at the now. Some people say, I'm getting older now. No, because that's you tell yourself that. Death and life is the power of the tongue. You speak that stuff over yourself. So you're going to reap the benefits of the stuff you speak of yourself, the stuff you think, because that subconscious mind is real. And I heard people say this, that we create the lives that we live with the way we think, our mindset. So break away from that mindset. Break away from things that's going to cause you to try to help you miss out, man. People say life is short, but man, life is beautiful. But
it's beautiful.
Cultivate your gift. Cultivate your gift. Have fun in what you do. Your purpose wakes you up at night. Your purpose wakes you up early in the morning. Because that's something that you love to do. You know, because your purpose is gonna keep you looking young. It's gonna keep you useful. It's gonna keep you full of energy. You're gonna mount up wings like an eagle. You're gonna soar. You're gonna run. You're gonna run and not get weary because it's something that you love to do. So cultivate your gift. Find out what God is calling you to do. Find out what He's placing you to do. Find out. Don't just look forward to, I'm working a job for 20, 30 years. I'm looking forward to retirement. I'm living my best life now. That's a lie. You live your best life. First of all, we give your life to Christ. That's when you first start living your life right.
That's right.
That's it. But don't look forward to what the world say. You enjoy your time in retirement. No, you enjoy your life right now. Find your purpose and have fun with the process of it.
Yes, because we all are part of the body of Christ, right, y'all? And when I think of the body, I remember going to a service one day and the pastor saying, figure out what part of the body that you are in the body of Christ. Figure out what body part you is. You might be the big toe. The big toe is still important. You still need that big toe on that foot. If you the big toe, be the best big toe. If you the head of the body, be the best head. If you the voice, the throat of the body, the neck of the body, be the best voice. Figure out what position you play. Figure out if you the arm, you can be a good arm. Every part of the body functions as a full body to be able to walk that walk. And you have to figure out which part of the body that you. For me, I feel like I'm the body. I'm the warrior. I'm the runner. I'm for the most part, and I'm the talker. I'm the neck. Because I be vocal and I had to speak a lot. So figure out what part of the body of Christ did you play.
And another thing I want to talk about this too. Start with the little simple things. If you have not been making your bed up in the morning, you get out the bed, start making your bed up.
That's first thing. People don't understand how important it is to make your bed up. That's important. So start with the little things. If you even have your house clean, start cleaning your house. Start we're going somewhere. Start with the little simple things. Keeping yourself groomed, men, fellas. Make sure you keep your hair tight. Make sure you still well groomed. Make sure you smelling good. Take a shower. If you ain't been taking a shower in the morning, whatever, take a shower. Start taking showers. Start with the little simple things because it's gonna build up to something bigger. Start keeping your car clean. Start keeping your clothes ironed, organized, wash clothes. What else? Little simple things. Start doing little simple thing that you wasn't doing before.
Drink the water.
Drink the water. Okay.
Look, I don't know who water.
So start doing little things you ain't never been doing before on your job. if you ain't been going to work on time, start showing to work on time.
And half of the people work in their living room at home, so
Well, be the best. Still show up on time.
show up on time even if you gotta go to the living room.
If you're working on your job, be the best at your position. If you wear a uniform to work, make sure you iron your uniform. Make sure you keep yourself looking presentable. Image is everything. What else, ladies? Come on, help me with some little stuff that we can start on. Little stuff.
It just really mastering the small things, just changing one thing that you do every day.
Even your vocabulary, like person. That's huge, man.
And I'm big on personal development, so I really believe you should be reading a book, y'all. You should be reading at least 10 pages a day or 20, 25 minutes a day. That's just, you should be reading. I know when we was kids, this was something that we dreaded and that people would just constantly drilling our head and we pick up a book. It's really more prominent to pick up that book when you were an adult because it's so much stuff that we weren't taught and that we have to unlearn. We need to be in a book.
Yeah.
For development, y'all. Whether that
re-raise ourselves.
Yeah, whether that's money, whether that's for just your mind to see how you can develop a self-care routine, whatever that look like, pick up a book. Y'all would be so surprised what happened. Like my kids even noticed that I don't be because I read more now. I don't really be even interested in sitting and watching the TV because I be reading books. And be mindful what you're taking in. Whatever you watching, that's what's replaying in your brain. This was gonna be on your timeline. That's what you're gonna be constantly looking at. Because I literally asked somebody the other day, I said, what you be seeing on your timeline? Like, do you always just see negative stuff? You need to filter that out. You don't be seeing no positive things on your timeline. You don't have no positive people on your timeline. You need to filter that out. If all you going down your timeline and all you see is who got shot, the other person, somebody gossiping, baby daddy, baby mama drama, all that, y'all get rid of that stuff. It's just toxic energy that you taking in for no reason.
Right.
Like you just feeding yourself the drama for no reason. Right. It don't pertain. It don't have nothing to do with you. It just get that stuff off your timeline. Even unfollowing that one unhealthy friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna change the way that your days go. You'll be like, dang, I missed it, but she had to go. I feel better because that person not around. And sometimes like that. You can miss them and still be glad that they gave you that breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
And also, find some allies. I mean, find allies that y'all on the same level. Y'all both compliment each other. Keep it real with each other. Develop healthy relationships. Get away from people who want to get on the phone, want to talk about people all the time. Cut that off. Find people that's talking about their purpose. Find people that's talking about exercise and take care of their bodies. Implement, it's time for a whole new makeover. But it starts with simple things. So start making your bed in the morning. Start laying your clothes out for the next day. I remember back in the day growing up, mom used to iron our clothes for the rest of the week. We gotta get back into that stuff. So put together what you're gonna and it's gonna take time and it comes with it takes time. It takes discipline. So just start doing little things differently and watch how things change. Because once we change the inside and here first, then the outside is gonna take care of itself. I know we've got a great guy to ask. So, Toy, you have anything you want to leave for the listening audience that's watching us right now on Facebook Live?
I just want to say, just love yourself and start with doing what your passion is, what you love doing. Anything negative, leave it, and just reinvent yourself. Like he said, it's gonna take time. Even with myself, I know I gotta lose a lot of weight because I gained a lot of weight during COVID, but it's coming off slowly but surely. But you just gotta start from somewhere. You gotta start from somewhere with anything. Even if you want to write a book, even if you want to start your business, We have to leave negative people behind. God gave us desire to do whatever we want to do, and he got our back. It just takes time, and it just takes time. And even when your life seem like it's boring, you seem like that, you know, you ain't doing this, you ain't in the mix. I'm telling you, that stuff, it it, it ain't even worth it. Yeah, so stop paying attention to the world. Just focus on the things above, and they're gonna be good.
Most definitely. And also find different things to do. On your off days. Find little different things. Find things you never you did before. Keep our life interesting. You know, a lot of times we do the same old thing. I know it get tired and stuff. But change some things up. Find different places to go. Find different things to do. If you never went to the park, go to the park. Just start doing things more different. You get that inspiration, you get that motivation, and you get that will to keep living it and not say, no, my life is bored, but do stuff different. Like I said, it was a great time here on the podcast tonight. We thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Latoya, once again, for taking time out your busy schedule, hanging out with us. We talk about some good stuff tonight. And we just know that somebody, somewhere got touched by what was said, like Christ gonna look at numbers. He said, if 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, he shall be in the midst. Don't get so caught up in numbers. So I got to get 1,000 likes and I got to get it. No, he said like if 2, because you may have 1,000 likes, but it's them 1,000 people on the same court that you're on.
And let me add this right here. I'm friends with a lady, and she get like 1 like. I'm serious. She get like 1 like on her post, but she has done more than any speaker that I know. On her Facebook, she probably don't get a lot of likes. She only get I never seen more than 10 people like her stuff. But she done been to several countries speaking, and then you got speakers that 300 and 400 people liking their stuff, and they ain't been nowhere. So don't get caught up on the numbers. Don't get caught up on the numbers with nothing. So it's real. Like we gotta stop. We gotta let our life balance in real life, not just for social media. Because I remember I used to post stuff, and before it would happen, and it didn't even go how I expected it to go. So now you just gotta be quiet and be humble about where God taking you to.
Right.
For people to see you.
And most definitely, just because people may not like your stuff, trust me, they're watching. And
They're
a lot of
watching.
time, people will come to you and say, man, I'm enjoying the stuff you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
And don't ever say nothing on there.
And don't even say anything, because you got to be careful. You don't want to get your head so filled up with thinking,
That's
I got
right.
this going on. Nah, stay humble. More
Stay
humble,
humble.
less ego. Say that again. More humble, less ego. Stay humble. When you're
Yep.
humble, God will exalt you. So keep doing what you're doing. You're always inspiring people. You never know who your life touch. Like this, Christ said this: if 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I shall be in the midst. He wouldn't get caught up in numbers, because everybody's not gonna get it that way. But some will, some don't. But trust me, your life is touching somebody tonight. So don't be discouraged. Don't get weary and well doing, because we know we do. We know we get weary and well doing, but it's gonna pay off. Just keep doing what you're doing. Love what you're doing. I ain't gonna lie, when you in your purpose, you don't even want to go to bed at night. You be so excited.
Right.
You be so happy, but you're always constantly evolving in your gifting. So just be the best at what you do. And that's pretty much really it. But like I said, we thank y'all once again on tonight. We're gonna be back here next Tuesday night on the same time. The replay, of course, will be up tonight. Of course, it's gonna be up on our YouTube channel as well. So we want y'all to live your life on purpose, stay focused, stay purpose-driven, be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Whether you single, be the best single person. Whether you married, be the best married person. Business person, mother, father, child, whatever. Be the best at it. Just max it out to the max. Because you don't have to be a big time name to be famous. You famous right where you are. You are a star right where you are. You are the GOAT right where you are. And that's what we want to say tonight. We'll see y'all next week here on Walking This Way Impact Boys Podcast. We're signing off. Big shouts out to Latoya, Kenny, Shay, and also Anna C. We'll see y'all next week here on Walking This Way Impact World podcast. Y'all have a blessed, powerful night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.